narrowing down to my kids, that I think is part of the problem. Now, if you really listen, you should be deeply impressed. But I'm going to tell you, you shouldn't be. And so I'm going to, very quickly, I'm going to try to tell you why I think we can fix this problem. And it is because we as a country have been here before. That is, earlier in American history, there have been times when America had a problem very much like the one we're in now. Actually, if you go back to the late 1890s, the so-called Gilded Age in America, and I'm going to give you a really quick version of the Gilded Age, because we have more time to talk about it a lot. In the 1890s, that's what was called the Gilded Age, there was a huge gap between rich people. Biggest it would ever be until now. We're now back to that level. Then it was the Rockefellers over on this side of town and lots of public masses, the immigrants. The folk on that side of town thought these vulnerable masses as non-white. That is, they were non-white because they were Italian or Jewish or something. And so there were big gaps economically. There was also extreme polarization politically at that time. Politics was very tribal in that period. And lots of Americans were really upset because they thought the political parties were not helping us to solve our national problems. Does that sound familiar? There are a lot of other stories. Then as now, a massive wave of immigration, which in turn then triggered a lot of tension on the part of the people who were already here. They were also they had come earlier. And so there was even there was a lot of violence, and actually more terrorists, more political terrorism then than now. So it was a pretty awful time in American history. And if you'd been around then and been a social reformer, you might have thought, it's just as bad. We're never going to solve this problem. And then, and this is the point, in a very short period of time, 10 or 15 years, America recognized that problem and began to set about trying to fix it. And not all the ideas that people had succeeded, but some of them succeeded beyond the dreams of anybody. And I want to give you just one example of that, because I think it will illustrate the point I'm trying to make. In